Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max&JuanCast. As you can see, riding solo Dolo tonight, Sunday night, feeling right. My boy Max, shout out to my boy Max. He's sick right now, bro. Not feeling too well. Not good enough to get on the pod tonight, unfortunately. But he'll be back. He'll be back probably this week or next Sunday when we do a pod. But the show must go on. All right. We just watched game 2 of the finals, Warriors Celtics. Warriors wind up tying up the series. It was a good game throughout the first half, but third quarter the Warriors put on that spanking in the third quarter, and it was pretty much a wrap. But before we get into that, I just want to make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, my dudes. Come on now. If y'all ain't subscribed, what are y'all doing? And if you guys are already subscribed, unsubscribe, resubscribe, fuck with the algorithm, all that good stuff. Like the video, comment down below any thoughts, opinions, whatever you guys want to put down there, bro. We greatly appreciate it. Audio listeners, been forgetting y'all in the last couple episodes, but gonna shout you guys out this time. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, go ahead, write us a review. 5-star rate us. It's only the right way. It's only the right amount of stars. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point, but let's get into it. All right, let's do a little brief recap of game 1. So game 1, Celtics came out. Really, I thought they weathered the storm. Warriors were up by about 15 points at some point in the game. They weathered the storm. They had that big fourth quarter 20-0 run or something like that. Al Horford went off. Marcus Smart went off. Tatum struggled, but those guys came out to play, and I thought they were more physical than the Warriors. I thought the Warriors were a little bit too Steph dependent, really. And really, these last 2 games, Steph has been the go-to guy because Klay struggled tonight, and going into a little bit of game 2, Klay struggled tonight. Draymond didn't really have that many points, but Steph had a big game, and Gary Payton came back this game. I thought he brought so much energy out for the Warriors on the defensive end and on the offensive end. I thought he was running so freaking fast on these fast breaks, man, just giving the Warriors tremendous energy. Wiggins came out to play, surprisingly, but Celtics just flat out struggled. I mean, Al Horford, horrible night, single digits. I think he only had like 5 points. Marcus Smart the same. Tatum had a great game, like I said, but Jaylen Brown cooled down. I believe he had 17 points, shot 17 times. I think a big difference in the game that I seen is that they put Draymond Green on Jaylen Brown, and I thought that was a great matchup that Steve Kerr switched up in game 2. I thought Draymond played so physical. He dictated the terms in the game, and the Warriors just straight up dominated in the third quarter. It was close in the first half, but Warriors just pulled away, man. This is gonna be a dogfight, dude. I'm not budging on my prediction. My prediction still stands: Celtics in 6. Do I want them to win? Hell fucking no. I'm a freaking Laker fan. Fuck the Celtics, but I still think they're better defensively, and they're just a better team, man. And if you have to depend on Marcus Smart having these bad games and Al Horford for a long period during a series, it's not going to happen. I don't think they're going to get another night like this where Marcus Smart and Al Horford struggle. I don't see it. Another big thing I seen, Iguodala was out for this game, and I thought that was a great thing for the Warriors. Like I said, Gary Payton came back, played a lot of minutes tonight, but this whole lineup that Steve Kerr was going with Draymond and Iguodala on the court at the same time it was a non-factor. Like, yeah, you have all that experience out there, but at the end of the day, you have 2 non-shooters. And what the NBA is today, it's a shooting league. You have to be able to spread the floor. You can only have like one non-shooter on the court at times. There's no way you can have two non-shooters. So Iguodala not playing tonight was a big plus for the Warriors. And then you add in getting back Gary Payton Jr. or Gary Payton II, I think. He has two sons named that, I know. But great win for the Warriors, 1-1, going to Boston. Looking at game 3, I just we need Clay to show up. If you're a Warriors fan right now, you're scared shitless because me and Max were saying in the beginning of the series, what guys are going to show up? Like, who are you most confident in? And of course, like the Currys, the Jason Tatums, those guys, even if they have a bad game, they're gonna have a impact on the game. They don't have to impact the game with just shooting. Like Steph by himself, even if he doesn't score points, he's one of the most dependent players for the Warriors. Just the gravity that comes with him with just moving around the court and scared shitless of him shooting a three. Like that's where his value is alone. Those two guys are gonna show up regardless, but it's the role players, like the number 3 options, the number 4 options. And that was a big thing going into the series for me, at least, is I trust a lot of the Boston guys over the Golden State guys. Like I love Clay as a player. Fun story. I mean, me and my brother have been going back and forth for years now, especially when Clay was like dominating. I was a big Jimmy Butler fan. He was a big Clay fan. And I always used to say, like, Jimmy Butler, he's had it tough. He's had to carry his own team. He's had to score the majority of the points. Like, if Jimmy Butler plays bad, his team's going to play bad. If Clay plays bad, and it showed tonight, his team can still win. He's not the full dependent on his team. And we may not ever see that from Clay because he's probably going to be a Warrior for life. But he did not play well tonight. He shot the ball horribly. His defense is not the same. He can't really get past anyone. It's tough to see him out there, man. And I hope he bounces back because Clay can still shoot the ball effectively. But as far as him being Clay like 2 years ago, what we seen, that guy that's an all defensive guy and can get past people and can even dunk at times, we haven't seen it. I think that guy is definitely not coming back this year. Maybe next year when he gets a full off season of some regular work and not dealing with injuries, we can see it. But as far as right now, he's not going to get there. And you can't trust Clay. You can't trust Wiggins. Wiggins is like, whatever you get out of him, you're going to be happy. Boston, on the other hand, and I know they struggled. I know they struggled tonight. And in a 7-game series, you're going to have games that you struggle. I trust Derek White more, which he showed that in game 1. I trust Al Horford more, Marcus Smart, even a guy like Pritchard. I trust Pritchard a lot more than a guy like Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole had an amazing game tonight, hit the fucking half-court shot and everything. But don't let that fool you. Boston's going to have a bad game. It's going to happen. The Warriors had their backs towards the wall on the ropes tonight, basically. This was a must-win game. Their season was on the line tonight. And they're a veteran team. They understand the importance of this game. And they got the job done. They handle business. They're going back to Boston 1-1. Okay? Boston only had to steal one game. That's all you got to do. Win one on the road. Now we'll see if Golden State responds in game 3 or 4 to get one on their home court and see if they can, even up the series. But I go on with, I trust their role players a lot more than Golden State. Don't let this game fool you with Jordan Poole. I thought the physicality in game 1 was a problem. Tonight he shot the ball well. He had it going. A lot of guys on the Warriors had it going. But don't be shocked if Boston comes back out game 3 and blows out the Warriors. I'm not trying to sound like a hater. I hate Boston. Like, I don't like them, but I just think Boston's a better defensive team. They're a better offensive team, and I trust them more than the Warriors. But we'll see how it goes. What else about the game? Everybody giving shit for everybody that gives shit to Steve Kerr game 1, slap yourself. I thought he again proved why he's one of the best head coaches in the league. He made adjustments tonight. Playing a guy like Gary Payton 30 minutes was huge coming off of that injury, and I think it's just what the Warriors needed to win this game. And he didn't budge. He didn't play a guy like Kuminga or Moody. Like, I just feel like he has a very nice feel on what he's doing. And game 1, like, it got away from them. The Boston went fucking nuclear in the fourth quarter. But don't sleep on Kerr. I've seen a couple of people criticizing Kerr after game 1. I'm glad that he proved himself game 2. It's an uphill battle, dude. Boston's a fucking handful, dude. Fucking handful. All right. So I wanted to get into some other stuff. Today, actually 2 things. Okay. First of all, today, Dan Snyder. I'm thinking of the freaking head coach. I'm in football mode. Sorry, guys. Quin Snyder, the head coach for the Utah Jazz, has officially stepped down as head coach today. Kind of went under the radar, but the Jazz don't have a coach no more. And I feel like this is a good opportunity for Donovan Mitchell to leave Utah. All right. They're in the talks of Max's favorite boy, Terry Stotts. Terry Stotts is the former Portland Trail Blazers head coach. He's a no-no. Like, do not get Terry Stotts. He's a solid coach. He's going to get you so far, but there's a ceiling with him that you're going to wind up hitting. Quin Snyder is a hell of a head coach. Me and Max, especially Max love Quin Snyder. Great play caller. Just gritty type of head coach. He's not going to be in Utah, and Donovan Mitchell has kind of hit a crossroads with this team. It's the NBA, folks. It's a players' league. And Donovan Mitchell, he should force his way out of Utah, straight up. Gobert is a black hole. You're not going to win with Rudy Gobert. Jordan Clarkson's all right. Mike Conley, old as shit. Like, yeah, they're a great regular season team. I called it last year. Before this season even started, I said, put me down for the Jazz to have a good regular season, and then they're going to choke in the playoffs. Why? Because they're not built for the playoffs. They're built for the regular season. Rudy Gobert, you can throw all the fucking defensive analytics stats at me all you fucking want. But at the end of the day, he is just not a winning player when it comes down to the playoffs. If you're going to wind up playing a guy like James Harden, Steph Curry, any type of isolation-driven team, you're going to get cooked. They're going to put Rudy Gobert on an island, and they're going to cook him. Okay? They're going to get the switch every single time. And he's going to get played like a ballerina. But they're not built for this, dude. So he needs to get out of Utah. Utah, small market team. I know it sucks, but he just needs to get out of there. Now, talking about a couple teams that can be in the works to get him, I think there's a lot. Look, the obvious one that everyone's going to talk about, the Lakers, bro. Let's get him. I don't think he's going to come to the Lakers. Honestly, I think the Lakers have a better chance of getting Damian Lillard than Donovan Mitchell. When I think of Donovan Mitchell of a couple spots just right off bat, I can see him going to Chicago. I think that would be a great fit. Him in Chicago. even like if he wants to go this route, maybe even Toronto. I would love to see him in Toronto or somewhere like that. The main thing is that he needs to go to a place that can win. And Chicago showed last year that they can win. When they were healthy, they had a great team around them. And the one negative with Mitchell is his defense. He's a defensive liability at times. It's not that he doesn't try. I don't think it's a Trae Young situation. I just think he doesn't have the body to really play defense. He's not the biggest guard in the world, but that's his main problem. So he needs to be around some defensive guys. So I think Lonzo can be that guy. Caruso, a good backup. We'll see what happens with Zach LaVine if he wants to stay. I know Zach LaVine was in some talks of leaving or getting traded, whatever the fucking case is. Pardon me if I don't know the contract situation with him off the top of my head. But I think Chicago will be a really good place for him. Of course, you got to throw in can't sleep on the Clippers. He could go to the Clippers if Kawhi wants to re-up and Paul George there. What's some other teams that can be in the mix for him? Oh, don't sleep on Minnesota. He'll do really good in Minnesota. Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, they have that third spot. They can maybe do a sign and trade with the Dolo contract. So that would be fun, dude. Now that I'm thinking about it, I would love to see Donovan Mitchell in a Minnesota Timberwolves jersey. That would be fantastic. And I'm going to do my patent transition smooth like my boy Max likes to do. But I'm going to transition into a movie that I got to see this weekend. Shout out to my girlfriend, my amazing girlfriend. She wound up surprising me getting some tickets to go see Hustle, the new movie with Adam Sandler. LeBron produced, but it's about a scout. Adam Sandler plays a scout and basically winds up finding a fucking diamond in the rough, a gem in the middle of fucking nowhere in Spain. The actor / basketball player is Juan Gomez. Shout out to my boy Juan, aka Juancho. But it's amazing, dude. It was a great movie. My girlfriend even liked it. She's not really a sports person, so if you guys want to go see it and you guys are not a sports fan, I suggest you guys watch it, because even if you guys don't like sports, it's still a great movie. It has a great story to it. I thought it wasn't so predictable. And shout out to Anthony Edwards. That's why we got into the transition. I thought he was amazing. He plays like a villain in the movie. He's like the bad guy. And I thought he was great, dude. Juancho was great. Adam Sandler fucking killed it. But I thought it was greatly produced, greatly just constructed. So many cameos. So many cameos. I seen Doc Rivers in the movie, Trae Young, Aaron Gordon, Kenny Smith is in it, Allen Iverson, Dr. J. So many NBA players, so many superstars in general come out in this movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. I thought it was fantastic, dude. I really recommend that you guys watch it. I loved it. What else? The one thing that I liked about the movie also was that since they had NBA players in it, it was some real balling scenes. Like, it was real hoopers. So it wasn't terrible acting when it came down to the basketball part. It's not like they were cutting from the player to the basket right away, acting like he made it. Like, there were actual shots, actual guys playing one-on-one, like Anthony Edwards fucking dunking the shit out of the ball and Juan Gomez fucking shooting the ball and blocking people. Like, it was greatly directed. Shout out to Adam Sandler. Shout out to LeBron. LeBron didn't make a cameo in the movie, surprisingly, even though he produced it and he was a big part of it. Guess he didn't want to be in it, but surprisingly, not a cameo. I'm not going to try to ruin the movie. I'm not trying to spoil it for anyone, but it's a great movie. It has a great story, and you guys should go out and see it, man. But that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. I know it's a short one. Like I said, solo dolo tonight. Can't wait for game 3 and 4. We'll probably be back after game 4, most likely. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. If you guys are already subscribed, go ahead, unsubscribe, resubscribe, fuck with the analytics, fuck with the algorithm. You already know the deal. Podcast listeners for audio, Apple Podcast, Spotify, go ahead and hit that 5-star. Write us a review. YouTube, like the video, comment down below. Instagram, Twitter, at Max_JuanCast, all that good stuff. You guys have a good night. I'm out. Peace.